안녕하세요. Hallyu Reviews입니다.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamra and I'm here with my girl Sabrina, and we are Hallyu Reviews, two Americans who are swept up in the Korean wave as it reaches across the globe. We have a love of all Korean music. We are reacting to Studio 54 by T.O.P.
Yay! Okay, so Studio 54, when we first were talking about like the preview of this and how excited we were, I didn't bring up the fact that Studio 54 historically is a really big deal. So Studio 54 was the world's most famous exclusive nightclub and disco located in New York City, and it opened in April of 1977. It became legendary as a hedonistic epicenter of late 1970s celebrity culture, known for its strict door policy, opulent decor, drug use, and an anything-goes atmosphere. So I was really curious to see why T.O.P. picked it and how it played into, because that's the title of the album, correct? Or is it just the song?
No, it's just the song.
Okay, so it's the title of this song, but I was really curious because that was one that I've been hearing like thrown around a lot.
And so this is considered his title track. Desperado was like...
Was that like a pre-release or what?
Maybe a pre-release or like the first song that was released off the album. This was the second song that was released off the album.
Okay.
This one comes with some like intense themes, y'all. And so to put it very like bluntly, it does refer back to Big Bang and certain scandals that have happened within Big Bang members, not necessarily the group, but the various members. And so there is also a very heavily themed art visual, I feel like, in this particular song. It does not surprise me at all. But from what I've read and what I've heard of the music video, it's very artistically like coded, and so we can talk about that kind of afterwards, because like I said, I have not seen the music video.
Well, I have not heard the song or seen the video either, but I will say that makes sense. One, what we know about art with T.O.P., but also, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Andy like Warhol one of the like
Andy Warhol was one of the
Studio
leading
54?
like
It had something to do with it. And
art, like artistic like vibes for Studio 54. And so it says the track and its visual use the hedonistic 70s, 80s atmosphere of the famous nightclub to symbolize the pressures of fame and the artificiality of the spotlight. It says Nana features prominently in the music video with retro high fashion styling, earning attention for her retro flow and visual synergy.
Okay, so we'll have to see if she's performing.
I think that she's like more of like a Korean model though, isn't she? Or
I'm not familiar with who Nana is.
I'm not familiar either.
Okay. All right, well, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Here we go. Ooh.
And this was the preview that we saw, like kind of before the album.
That's right.
Like that little teaser. This reminds me of,
I love when he sings.
visually, it's stunning. It's so pretty. That's Nana. Look at the art behind it. Chasing that high. Ooh. I love that both eyes are closed. Like, I just want to be free.
Walking away from you feels kind of sweet. Ooh, I like the change there.
I like that her makeup was smeared.
I'm gonna turn this down a little
Not too bad, I've cut him off. You know what I'm saying, boy?
I've cut them off.
blood.
Blazing Sun.
It's the XO.
I mean, you look at this and think Studio 54 in a modern vibe. That's like you're listening to a whole nother song now.
I feel like we've gone through like 3 or 4 songs. Who was I?
Ruined my soul.
Oh, he looks like Thanos there. Dirty
Oh,
Sun.
he does look like, oh yeah.
New Moon. I love him in black and white.
I love that whole visual.
Like he's doing this to himself, right?
Yes.
Crazy makes me think of Michigo.
Reminds me of the eye from Bebe. I feel like it would take hours, literally like 30 minutes to an hour to really unpack all of that and really say like what needs to be said. I feel like that particular song is so telling of just the struggles that he had with everything in terms of like the past scandals from Big Bang, particularly the Burning Sun scandal. And I feel like that shows to me how he feels as a Hyung. And so I really felt like that like desperation of he couldn't fix it. In terms of just kind of why he left Big Bang and why he feels like he can't come back and he can't return. And just as a Hyung, like I felt like he shouldered a lot of that responsibility, even though it wasn't his to shoulder.
And I wonder if he personally shouldered it, which he probably did, but if it was also thrust upon him by fans and society because he was the Hyung.
Because he was the Hyung.
So, I mean, that is one of the huge disadvantages of being the Hyung in that kind of society where it's always about seniority and like you're responsible for those below you when we're all, I mean, if you have an individualistic society, one advantage is that we're all responsible for our own actions, regardless of those who are our mentors or our superiors.
I mean, the
ultimately it's
references
your
to Big
choice.
Bang are clearly there. The references to the Burning Sun scandal, I feel like, are clearly there.
I kept thinking Michigo, like,
Michigo and GD and...
was there any reference to Daesung or Taeyong? I mean, Sun
Well,
could also
Sun.
be Taeyong, but I kept thinking that was Seungri.
But also Blazing Sun, and so that could be Taeyong.
Because he was saying like Dirty Sun versus Blazing Sun.
Blazing Sun, and so there's both lyrics
Gotcha. And he
in
talked about
there.
the moon, so kind of like his whole experience of getting like trying to go
Traveling
to
to
the
the
moon and
moon
everything.
and moon travel and just the very NASA-themed kind of exploration that he went through.
Was that through NASA though, or what?
Well, it wasn't, but
It probably was through like the private
through
company.
the private company.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a reference to Daesung in there though.
I was trying to figure. I don't.
And so if you know more, you
Let us
know, as
know.
VIP, let me know because that would be interesting to see.
Although from my limited experience, I always feel as if Daesung has always been his favorite Dongsang.
They
I mean,
do have,
Daesung
like-
says he is, so I don't know if that's true or not. That might just be where I'm getting it from.
If you've seen like the background stories and things, they really do have a connection. Like they're so sweet. And truly, I think that they're brothers. And so I feel like even if TOP wasn't the Hyung, like their brotherhood and coming together and the struggles they faced and went through together, like I feel like he would also feel some sort of like just regardless
but
responsibility and just kind of like disappointment in the whole thing.
And also somewhat being trapped because, I mean,
Agreed.
You see this all the time with members of groups who go through a scandal, that it's often tied to the entire group. And that's why you see, like with Stray Kids, with Monsta X, where you had like Wonho who left, even though he ended up being proven innocent, like he was so afraid it was going to dirty the name of Monsta X. And I mean, and that's one of the great injustices, I feel like, is when they are innocent and then their entire lives are, I mean, for anybody who's innocent that's wrongfully accused, it happens, but I feel like when it's on such a level that everybody knows, and it really changed the trajectory of his career.
Well, in Korean, I'm going to say this with GD, Korean media does such a great job making them the villain until they're proven innocent. For instance, with GD and his proposed,
I don't know, that's a great job. I think I would use different expression.
Well,
I think you should be innocent until proven guilty.
Well,
but that's
I
the
agree,
American in me.
but that's the American in us, and so I feel like Korean, like the media does a great job portraying what they want you to believe. You see this really well in Pinocchio, and so Pinocchio is a K-drama that talks about how the media can pivot and spin any story the way they want it to be spun, as long as it's getting the views and the ratings and the accolades that they feel like the news artists and things want to get.
And that can happen also.
That can happen
in the US,
also in the
but
US.
We have so
and
much
American.
competition
Agreed.
that you're gonna hear competing sides, and then also we can listen to things internationally and get those different sides. So that makes sense. I do have a question. What was the reference when he said something about Big Bang and then it was in quotation marks, say less? Is that a song? Is that from a scandal? Or is it like, it was interesting to me that
Well,
that
and
was
I
in
think that's
quotation
kind of
marks.
where he has cut everyone off who mentioned him with Big Bang. So remember, he went through this period where he was blocking anyone
Right,
who,
I remember, yeah.
who kind of just tagged him into Big Bang's things. And so I think that could be part of it with that as well.
What is it, him saying to people, like, say less
Kind of like
to me
say
about
less
Big
to
Bang?
me about
Okay,
it.
I didn't
That's
know
how
if it
I
was-
interpreted it.
With it being in quotation marks, I didn't know if he was trying to say it was a title of some sort and there was a
But
connection
again,
that I
there's
didn't know.
so many different things. I feel like this is definitely one of those songs where the nuances are so there that you could make interpretations so many different ways.
True. That makes sense. I mean,
Artistically, creatively, this is, again, top tier.
I think out of all the members of Big Bang, he has an ability to bring in things that trigger me, that like just
The
sort of-
bunny?
the bunny. I mean, because there were bunny ears in this, but like he, like the eyeballs, and then like the chewing of the eyeballs.
But
and then
again,
the, like,
I think that's part
he
of
was
his
assaulting
artistic
himself.
nature and like flair to just tell that story.
Oh, I agree, but I'm just saying, like, woof, like it did feel like Thanos. Like I mean, he was definitely going after himself,
Yes,
though, which
agreed.
was an interesting take on it all as well, because it isn't just society that he's blaming, like he's also
Blaming
himself, which was interesting. Yeah, like there is definitely a lot to unpack here. So that was interesting. So if you were fans,
and there's
let us know
another
what you thought
song
about
on
it
the
all.
album that ties into his scandal as well
Oh, okay.
with the drug. I mean, it even uses like media reports of like him potentially trying to commit suicide and how the media portrayed him through that. And I just, I mean, like we've said before, I know we said this on Desperado, this is one of those albums where I would absolutely love to do an unpacking of the entire album. And so if that's something you're interested in, and let us know, because I feel like I have my own perspective as VIP, but I would love to get other VIP perspectives as well, because I'm a younger VIP. I mean, I wasn't around in 2006 and 2013. I mean, I didn't really come around until 2018, I feel like is when I really started loving Big Bang. And at that point they had already gone through so much. And so
Right, and I'm even newer to VIP because I didn't even get into them until Still Life. Like that was the first song that I had heard, and so it was post all of those scandals and everything. So I found out all that stuff kind of in reverse order, so it was really interesting. I'll use the term interesting because I don't want to like
retrospective,
imply, right. It's from history. from a historian's perspective, it always feels weird to find those things out afterwards. Like it just feels very inorganic.
Well, and I feel like inorganic is a great way to say that, because you're not really able to come up with like your own mindset from the beginning. Like you're fed like other information from other sources, and they all have their own opinion and ties in as well.
Right. Even with the viewers on this channel, I mean, I feel like for the majority of our viewers, they do a great job like just laying facts out. But especially if it's your bias or your favorite group of any sort, there's a lot of like
there can be bias
intent to influence that this is wrong or that is wrong, or to get angry at other viewers, or even for us, like get angry at something that we've said or questions that we've asked. And we always want to come from a place of authenticity and
agreed,
really like looking
and curiosity. Like we genuinely have like a deep curiosity of how just things are viewed or portrayed with other people.
Absolutely. So this was a great song. I did feel like we were listening to like 4 or 5 different songs. It didn't feel disjointed and that like I was like, oh, this is weird. But it did feel like he was, and that would make sense if he's feeling different things about all of this, which is very valid. It's very healthy to have different feelings about all of it, and it makes perfect sense. So it definitely felt that way in this song, that he had all kinds of thoughts about this, and wow, it was just, I definitely gonna have to go back, and because that was my first time hearing it and seeing the video.
I think that whole like, you really get a sense of like a journey on this album, more so than I honestly think more so than even Ubermensch, because there really is a story throughout this entire album that is just so telling.
Well, and I think that he was trying to encompass even more, I think.
Agreed.
I think he had a lot more to have to kind of like justify and sort of defend versus Jake.
Well, and I love that this, again, is a full like studio album, but you can really sense like his emotion and the heartfeltness that he put towards this album, and how it tells the story and how it lays kind of out facts and like his perspective and his emotions and his feelings and
his struggle.
And I can see why this album took so long to kind of just put together.
I think that's what I was getting at, is it feels like there was, because it came out later than Ubermensch, like I mean, he's already been on tour and everything and like probably ready to release another album, but obviously preparing for the Big Bang stuff. But like, I feel like this one took longer because there was just so much to kind of like
quintessence, y'all.
So, all right. Well, if you're fans of T.O.P. and you would like us to react to more, let us know. If you've listened to the album, what is your take on it? What is your favorite song from the album? Give us
what perspectives do you have? Like I said, I mean, it's a very telling album. It is. I cannot describe it any other way than top tier.
And let us know if you want us to do a reaction to all of it.
It lives in your head, even though you don't realize it.
This one's going to live in my head for a while. I'm going to have to rewatch it.
It's great. It's fabulous.
From a distance.
And if you like drama, like this album, I mean, literally, it's drama in a nutshell. Let us know. Make sure you check out Hallyu Reviews, where we tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or completely skip. Until next time, y'all. Annyeong.